This segment is a little bit. This segment's a little bit off the cuff for today, but it won't hurt to address it, because if we address it, then we could duplicate this. We could duplicate it in different parts of the world through this platform. What I'm trying to say is that I would prefer that somebody yesterday told me that one of the biggest reason why they prefer the sitting president that won against the new president is because they have not had what you call to struggle with food on the table and stuff like that, like majority of us have done. I think she was talking about being marginalized by the what do you call them, the epitomizers. I would have preferred to have what you call a situation where we would have been able to start putting what you call a community organization together to address systemic eviction that is currently keeping a lot of people who are having mental, not necessarily so mental, but in a way. Let me quickly say this. Did you know that it is in the so-called free world and the so-called Islamic world has the highest number of homelessness in the whole world, and they have the highest number of people who are having mental breakdown because of the systemic way that people who are at the bottom are treated. This has to change. Because if you look at the two political parties, the one to the left and the one to the right, leaving the middle there, called the misers, are suffering. I had wanted to say that, I said it sounded like that I was concerned about the broad issue related to housing discrimination and eviction trend affecting members of our community. Why? My personal experience is important. I want to say that because I'm going through the system right now, and addressing the systemic issue may require a more comprehensive approach. Here are some suggestions that I want everybody to start having in mind. I'm going to try and say that during my hearing before the judge, I'm going to start to stay specific by telling them that my plight is being addressed through the mental health system, to which I'm not able to do it, but I can speak it. And you may have known by now that Ogi Baba can speak, but Ogi Baba doesn't have that fortitude to be able to be the doer because of his shift between task and his memory being the fact that he cannot stay on track. Even the mundane issue of having to go online to go and start filling benefit issue out, he cannot do it. So he's taking it under the belt of the fact that he has some mental, or what they call, it's like the case manager was telling him yesterday, said, don't look at this thing as a mental issue, just look at it that you have high blood pressure, you have arthritis, they give you medication for it. You don't leave those things, you just take medication for it. That's how you should look at it. That's how I'm looking at it. In focusing on the specific, I was thinking about what to call the community advocacy. That I'm concerned with the broader issue of housing discrimination, consider getting into the community advocacy effort. This could involve the joining of support of organizations working on housing rights, tenant protection, and addressing systemic issues. I'm just throwing this point at you guys as if we can do what we call a community organization, a community organizer, we can be able to duplicate that in. I'm trying to stick to the ground now. I want this to stick. When it stick, then when I get back to Nigeria, it will not be too much of a lift to be able to become a community organizer to a whole country of 200 million people. It will just be like a repeat. So if I am because we are going to need what you call an advocacy, what you call a movement when I get there. If you have evidence or data or systemic housing challenges face your community, you can compile this information. This might include records of eviction, housing, and other discrimination. I am going to be very, very careful during the course of discussing with my judge, because the issue that I would have loved to take up, which has been there for the past or throughout the whole of my life in America, where I didn't really like the issue of the way people are marginalized, but instead of me to put a fight to it, I stick it out. At this late part of my life, I am trying to see whether I can put something together to be able to be used so that it will not, we want to help America out. America has been very good to me. America has been very good to me, and I have been very, very good to America. I have not gamed the system, and the system did not successfully was able to game me either, because I had all my tentacles, all my faculties were all firing. So, but I do want to give back to the community that has been so great to me. How do I do that? If I go that route of doing that, I may drown, and I won't be able to go and finish business in Nigeria, to which it is more organic for me. This is inorganic because it has a lot of fertilizers to it. It has a lot of pesticides. It has a lot of herbicides. But over there, we don't have that. And I can easily beat that drum. But I do need to be able to have one thing going for me, and I kept beating that drum. For example, I should be able to have a mobile recording system. Let me quickly say that there was a Netflix video that came out of Nigeria in the past 2 or 3 months. The person was only talking about the product that they use for filming at the bigger level of area filming. I need your support to have a mobile recording, because I'm currently doing my recording from the creative studio in the library that has only 2 hours of the timing that I can use. But I do want to have it, and for me to be able to have that, I'm looking into somebody putting not less than $50K to be able to get such type of operation in place. I have people that can put that kind of money, but I don't want to drain them out, because it would be unfair to them, because that's not the area where they are currently having their business. They've outgrown their middle of the their middle business qualification, which means if you're more than 50 people working for you, it's small business. You're less than 50, more than 50, you are now middle business. If you're less than maybe 500, then you are now big business. but they fall into the middle there. They don't have, they have elementary security detail and elementary, what you call, where to felt. But I'm not going to drain them because I can be eating and drinking with them and then add what you call a value added proposition. It did told me that I should consider reaching out to local media outlets to share story and the housing challenges in our community. Increasing awareness can lead to greater security and the pressure for a change. Remember, the address of space is involving collaboration with others who share similar concerns. While your personal experience is significant, a collective effort may be more effective in bringing out positive changes on broader issues. Legal professionals, community organizations, advocacy group can be valuable in addressing the housing discrimination and advocacy for housing fairness, etc., etc. So, I am going to use this platform to keep on educating you guys, because this YouTube platform, I have given you a definition of my, let's see where we're at there, out there. I'm going to use this platform and I'm going to keep reiterating the mission of the platform. The mission of the platform has never changed. It's pretty much